Welcome to Lifestyle Buzz Today with Orlando. Fresh, innovative, entertaining talk about topics we are all in one way or another involved with. And now, here's your host, Orlando Burgos.
Well, hello, my fellow humanoids. Welcome to another edition of the Connection to Living Better, or as we like to fondly say, the antidote for boring radio. Well, finally, Queen Elizabeth is resting now next to her longtime companion, Philip. May she rest in peace. Michael, did you get a chance to see the funeral?
I did. I watched some of it. I saw some photographs that were internment too. So, yeah.
It was, a lot of people criticized the whole event, like everything else, But I think it did something to kind of bring people to a common cause.
It did bring a lot of people together, correct?
Yeah, and I think that's so important in today's environment. Okay. The political scene is getting nastier by the minute, and I think we will continue on to that track for a while. Sadly, nobody's taking time to reflect on what is right or wrong, but everybody wants to shout nonsense all the time at each other and whatnot. And I think we need to pull back a little bit. I preach about that all the time. I think like my intro says, we're all fellow humans, beings of this great planet of ours, and we should be able to communicate in a very more friendly way. Am I?
Yeah, absolutely. I was always taught if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all.
Don't say anything at all. I mean, seriously, you know what? It's right now things are like heating up a little bit with the Russians and the Ukrainians and the Taiwanese, and now we're actually like in the middle of the whole ball of wax, So the world cannot afford another big conflict at all. I mean, because there's too many crazy people with the fingers in the button. And I think it's going to, and we're not a political show. I cannot get tired enough of saying that. But we are dwellers of this planet. And as that, we bear a responsibility to speak our minds about it and to try to bring people together. And what can I say? With us is going to be, our guest is going to be very valuable in that regard. We have Miss Karina Val. Hi, Karina.
Hi, Orlando. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. We're going to be getting into the meat of things here.
Okay.
About the spiritual world and the idea of bringing healing to our bodies through mind and soul.
Right. It's a trinity. It's mind, body, and soul. And, we should not leave any three out. They have to cohesively work with one another to bring wholeness to our experience.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that confuse the issues about what we're talking about here. And it's actually something that is within us. So we need to just bring it out to the surface, okay?
Absolutely.
So let's take a little bit of a break. When we come back, we'll get right on to it. All right, we'll be right back.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
All right, we are back. Karina Val, welcome to Lifestyle Buzz once again.
Thank you for having me.
Certified Life Force Energy Healer / practitioner. Tell us exactly what that is, please.
So, in Western science, Western medicine especially, they solely focus on the physical body, which of course is absolutely necessary that we do so and important, but leaves out our spiritual body, which we have a subtle body. We're an aura, we are energy. And so on this side of the world, that is never taken into account. And so life force healing is addressing and looking at your spiritual body.
Yeah. I mean, there is a situation where society worldwide, I'm not going to just say American, so worldwide, because I do travel quite a bit. It seems to me that there's a confusion about belief, about trust, about communicating your feelings in an open way. And I think social media is one that has actually created that distrust, because if you have a computer and you have if you have a page on Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever, people take it for granted that their point of view is the only one that's important all of a sudden. You know, they leave you behind. And if you happen to disagree with their opinion, click, you're off. You know, they cut you off. And is that empowerment that I think is creating the lack of trust on the spiritual side.
Absolutely. I think, like all things, social media can definitely be used for the good. I'm a person that would do that. That likes to spread, you know, a message of oneness, of kinship, of inclusivity. But at the same time, you know, there's a lot of negativity and because of the algorithms, you get to you're putting into the same energy that fits you more of the same, and so it sort of reinforces what fears you already have. And so for that aspect, absolutely, it is very dangerous. But I think even before social media, you know, with the beginning of the television, I think, you know, the programming, it was used effectively to program the subconscious, I think, you know, and so unfortunately, many are not aware, you know, what they're tuning into, what they are agreeing with, you know, even when they turn on the television and they watch the news, you know, and there's so much fear that is exposed. But in actuality, you know, there's a lot of good, but that's not shown at all. There's a lot of kinship. You know, if you turn off your television and go outside and talk to your neighbor, you'll find that you have more in common with them that they would lead you to believe. So it's a problem not only in social media, but I think in just all platforms of media.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I mean, you mentioned algorithms, and that seems to be the controlling factor today.
Absolutely.
And because a lot of people, they are desperate to get a job, and they go to these sites, Indeed, and whatever it happened to be. Even LinkedIn, you know.
Sure.
And they themselves, I mean, people put a lot of effort into showing their interest for the job, and they really poured their heart and soul into this deal. And I don't think that there's a human that actually reads these things. I mean, the algorithms, they go, well, he says that this age bracket, no. And I don't think it ever gets to where it's intended to go.
Right.
And people get disappointed in that because they begin to understand that they're doing a lot for naught. In the early days, television, like you mentioned, people saw the benefit of what was it that they called it? Subliminal advertising?
Sure.
That type of stuff.
Yeah.
Which works in the mind.
It's
and
very
whatnot.
real.
And it is a very real fact, yeah. So there has always been somebody willing to cash in on other people's insecurities or problems.
And control.
That's what
It's control.
it's control.
Yeah, absolutely. And, and what I like to teach people is, in your day-to-day, where you're putting your focus, that's your absolute most valuable currency, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
They have your focus, they control you. And so you have to be very intentional about where you put your focus, how much time you're going to invest in any particular matter, and what agreements are you making about anything that you're watching, listening to. People do not understand that. Unfortunately, they don't understand that on a day-to-day, on a minute-by-minute, we're either agreeing with something or not. So what are your agreements here? Are you agreeing with whatever is being displayed on social media or television? Or can you sit there, be informed, and then discern for yourself, what really is being shown, And I'm not saying that what's on television or on media, that all of it is fake or anything like that, but I'm just saying stop and really discern and figure out, what is really worth your time, your energy, or your attention. Yes, things are happening, but a lot of good is happening as well. So you have to be intentional. Where do you want to see that good stuff? You got to go look for it, I think, because they're not going to show it to you for free.
I think people, for some reason or another today, and I'm talking people with higher education and all of that, they all get kind of swept into this feeling of grandeur and importance and stuff like that. And they don't look at their lifestyle in a realistic way. People need to focus on the very important issues and then compartmentalize what is secondary and then everything else, which is the largest portion of stuff. Mm-hmm. But many people actually start with the menial stuff that loads up your mind with
absolutely
garbage.
It's done purposely too.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, the most important issues of growth, financial stability, and all of that, maybe people see it as not important, but it's actually what makes the world go round and around for you.
Right.
Your future.
Yeah.
They kind of leave that aside, and it just kind of gets rolled over into next month and next month and next month. So a lot of people, what they do is they give themselves time elements to complete tasks. And 30 days, they'll wait 28 days before they actually tackle anything,
Right.
And then they go like, oh my God, there was not enough time in a month. So then they think about something else. Well, let's give 60 days,
Right.
And it rolls on and on and on like that. Where if you give yourself 3 hours,
intentional
you'd be surprised
hours,
that you
right.
can actually accomplish a lot in 3 hours.
Yes.
That you didn't do in a month,
Correct.
So,
agreed.
Oh, Michael, we're gonna take a break again. All right, we'll be right back.
Okay.
Experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury? If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422.
Do you have Medicare and do you use a CPAP machine? This is a national healthcare alert regarding your CPAP supplies. Using a clean CPAP mask and clean supplies is important to staying healthy. The best way to make sure your CPAP equipment is clean is to get new supplies. If you have Medicare, we have great news. Medicare will pay for you to have new clean supplies every 90 days. We'll even do all the paperwork for you to make sure that there's little to no out-of-pocket cost to you. And you don't even have to leave your home. We provide free in-home delivery. So if you're a CPAP user and you have Medicare, staying healthy with new CPAP equipment is easy. Just make this free phone call right now to get started.
Sponsored by Specialty Medical. 800-846-2153. 800-846-2153. 800-846-2153. That's 800-846-2153.
Have you heard about Vine to Bar chocolate? It's the winemaker's chocolate, the world's first chocolate made with well-vined Chardonnay marc from the beautiful coastal vineyards of North America. Gently pressed grapes are harvested after juicing, dried and finely milled and carefully blended into the finest dark chocolate. The Chardonnay marc contains highly beneficial grape nutrients, flavonols, and has a natural sweetness that flavors the luscious dark chocolate. Mouth-watering, flavorful, delectable dark chocolate goodness with Chardonnay sweetness and beneficial nutrients. And it's alcohol-free, too. It's Vine to Bar chocolate. Order some today at vinetobar.com. That's VINETOBAR.com. Cold shipped to your door, it's Vine to Bar. Vine to Bar chocolate. Visit us at vinetobar.com.
All right, we are back, and this is exciting with
Yay.
Karina Val. Quick question. A lot of people misunderstand certified life force energy healer, the word healer, because actually we're dealing with the mind, the body, and soul and whatnot. So people may confuse it with psychiatry and psychology type of a thing, you know. You're dealing actually with situations that are close to what.
Well, I think, as for my experience, actually, a lot of things are psychological, and so the issue is that in our Western medicine, it's separated. And I think it's done purposely once again to separate science from religion. But when you put them, blend them together, you get a lot of truth out of that. As a healer, I'm not here to heal anyone. I'm here to facilitate your own capacity to heal yourself.
Right.
And so I think a lot of folks are wanting someone to fix their problems, or, you know, they don't want to take the time for introspection, to really take a time off, turn everything off, and ask yourself, who am I? Right. What am I here to do? What's the meaning of life? What's my purpose? You know, what's my passion? And so for me, healing is about answering all those questions for yourself. So it is very psychological.
So that is something that a lot of people should be encouraged to do more, and that is self-reflection.
Correct.
In the Oriental mind, the Asian mind, that is actually a very acceptable situation, to find a little place of solitude and think about everything, but primarily to be honest with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people, they go, and, oh, yeah, I was up top of the mountain and this and that. And they really didn't think about anything.
Right.
Other than they took that anger with them and they brought it back down.
Exactly.
The whole idea is to, if you happen to be upset about something, it could be yourself. You're upset because you fail at whatever. You need to be open enough to say, wow, this is where I messed up.
Open and honest with yourself.
Right.
And authentically raw honesty with oneself. And most people, I find that they've been told who they are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it starts from childhood. You know, don't be this, don't do that, you're this or you're that. And then you start to pile up layers of untruths about yourself.
As a parent,
Mm-hmm.
One of the things actually that I always concern myself with, and I had loving parents, don't get me wrong, but my dad loved me, the whole thing, I understood, but he was also kind of an indifferent type of a guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, his friends came first. There's a lot of stuff like that. And sometimes you look at that and, you know, years later, I mean, in my age, sometimes it comes back to bite you in the ear and say, ooh, you had a problem there. And, you know, you cannot help but to have a resentment.
Absolutely. It happens, yeah.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that you need to do is actually take the time to forgive. Once things are done, water under the bridge is gone. That's it. So, were you going to say something, Michael?
No, I think you're right. I mean, I think you guys are both right about not only Orlando, which you said about taking some time, maybe some transcendental meditation, but also the imprinting that you're left from your childhood, specifically about how you were raised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's one of those things where I think you do need to have an honest talk with yourself on a periodic basis.
I think not periodically, but you definitely want to take some time every day.
Okay.
To remind yourself who you really are, because the world is always going to tell you who you are. And if you let it, you're going to believe it. And that's where most people are at. They have believed everything that everyone else has said about them, and they don't even know who they really are.
Yeah. Let's take a little bit of a break. When we come back, more Karina.
Hi, this is Fred Dwyer talking about my favorite Italian restaurant, Angelo's and Vinci's at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in downtown Fullerton. A fantastic place to eat. Come inside and dine in our Italian town square, complete with a 10-foot Christmas tree. That's right, 10 feet. Enjoy our food made from secret family recipes. Pasta, chicken, seafood, salads, and our delicious pizza. Incredible desserts, including my favorite, the tiramisu, flown directly in from Italy. Feel the spirit at Angelo and Vinci's, 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022 or visit angelosandvincis.com. That's angelosandvincis.com.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
For the getaway of your dreams, come to Hawaii's Playground, Ka'anapali Beach Resort, on the fun side of Maui, where the world comes to play. Find your spot on Ka'anapali Beach with 3 miles of white sand, 12 resort properties, 2 golf courses, and 2 shopping centers. Enjoy the playground of Hawaii's ancient royalty. Ka'anapali Beach Resort is Hawaii's original master planned destination resort and home of the Hawaii Food and Wine Festival. With views of 2 neighboring islands, you can breathe in the land's natural beauty from your favorite resort or golf fairway. Come experience Ka'anapali's own special brand of Hawaiian hospitality with world-class dining, relaxing resorts, water sports, and activities of every kind. For romantic, family, and great friend getaways, discover the options of Ka'anapali Beach Resort, where the world comes to play. Plan your getaway today. Visit Ka'anapaliResort.com. That's KAANAPALI Resort.com. Enjoy Tiki Live, the best cable alternative choice today, with hundreds of premium live TV programming, including ESPN, CNN, Fox News, Disney, AMC, Bravo, XF, OWN, and CRN Talk. Plus no contracts and low month-to-month service. Tiki Live, servicing North America, including the Caribbean. To get started, visit TikiLive.com to order hundreds of channels, including CRN Talk, at a fraction of what you're paying today. Visit TikiLive.com. That's TikiLive.com.
Then you will know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. John 8:32. Hi, this is Jeremy Dayton. Join me Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Pacific on Truth Radio, where we'll unpack the cultural baggage and discern what truth is amongst the sea of disinformation, the truth from God's perspective. With powerful guest testimonies, we'll also expose lies of the world created to spread fear and confusion. Matthew 6:34 says, "Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself." Let's do that by seeking God's truth together. Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Pacific on CRN 6.
Welcome back to Lifestyle Buzz and your pal Orly at the super mighty CRN. Set it, don't touch it. As a matter of fact, crazy glue the dial and leave it alone. Karina, how are we doing so far?
Good, I'm all smiles. I don't know why. I love talking about this stuff, so thank you so much for having me. I can't
Should we
say
do
that
more
enough.
then?
Yes, let's do it.
A lot of people don't understand that the spirit, the body, mind, soul is already within us. It's who we are. It's who we are. Yet, some people just don't know how to bring it to the surface. And I believe that, I think the key word is love. I think you need to love yourself enough to be able to say, I'm going to step back and look at myself from a mirror side or whatever and help myself.
Yeah, you hit it on the nail there. I think love is the reason, the answer. Love heals. And we have forgotten what true unconditional love is.
Yeah. I think there's a situation in many people's lives today that is we have to have a trade. You know, I will love you, but if you need to And that's not the way love is.
That's conditioned love.
That's a condition. I mean, that's something that should be put away right away if you are going to really mean moving forward.
So can I say something there? So I just want to clarify that unconditional love doesn't necessarily mean unconditional condoning of bad behavior or anything that disagrees with your soul's truth.
Right.
You can still unconditionally love others from afar if you need to, but the key here is the way that we judge one another.
Right.
And judgment is poison. Judgment is the opposite of love. When you are judging, you have no room for love.
Right.
And so we need to understand, we all know that no one's perfect, yet we put these expectations on one another of perfection or not being good enough. And then we're all doing it to one another. And so when we are looking at one another with the eyes of judgment and not being good enough, there's no room for love.
Right.
Now, we're all at different phases of our growth, or however you want to call it, phases of your life. Development, exactly. And so you need to understand that everyone is at their own phase of their development, and accept them as they are. Love them from afar if you need to, because if you have another, for example, goals that don't, and this person is not aligning with where you're at, then that's fine. You just walk away, but you still love.
What you said is so brilliant because in today's political environment, for people that we may respect, we may like politically or follow politically or whatever, but these are people that really, unless you happen to be close friends of theirs, these are people that we are electing to lead the country, okay? You don't know if they're going to do a good job or a bad job or whatever, but it has come to the point where if you follow one side or the other, you're at peril of becoming an enemy within your own family. And I'm like, what happened to being, a close group of people that think, period. It doesn't mean think alike. It doesn't mean think like I do. It doesn't mean think like Mike does. No. Think. And by that meaning, I'm saying, I think how I think, and I'm willing to share. If you're not willing to accept it, that's fine with me.
Exactly.
And what you say, if I don't agree with it, hey, you know what? I'll still love you because we're friends, we're family.
Because we're walking the earth together.
Yeah.
Period.
This is it. And I think that's one of the things that actually a lot of people are missing is that our globe is huge, okay? The earth is huge. But by the same token, it's actually very, very small and getting overpopulated. And, there really is no reason to dislike people just of who they are or where they're from or, whatever.
Right.
We're all walking the earth here. So, I don't know if I can explain it any better than that.
Well, I think people need to learn to think for themselves.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a lot of people just hear, again, going back to what are you agreeing with? You hear opposing opinions, and then it seems like you're forcing to fall into one or the other. You don't have to.
Right.
You don't have to. You can make up your own mind.
Right.
You can discern for yourself, and you can agree with a little bit here, a little bit there, and just once again, remember that we're all doing our best with the awareness and consciousness that we have.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just it. It seems to me that you use social media, I use social media. The funny thing is that I find social media today to be the most antisocial thing there is out there because of that particular point where if people are listening to the show and for whatever reason they don't like what is being said, there's an email that they can send me an email and say, I think you went over the top on this and that and the other. We'll discuss it. I'll bring it up the next time, whatever. They just say lifestyle buzz is like a piece of crap or whatever, and they get derogatory, they get nasty.
Mm-hmm.
But by the same token, if I answer that question in the same manner, I get turned off. So
Yeah.
Yeah. There has to be a balance. I think that's what we need to strive for, is a balance in our lifestyle. Time. Take it away, my boy.
No more mold, no more damage, no more outdated old bathroom, no more slipping and hurting, no more stress. Make your ordinary bathroom extraordinary for only $99 per month. New shower, new door, new tub, new wall, new anti-slip technology. Be stress-free. Call 800-973-5411. BCI Bath and Shower is made in America for the highest quality. Ask about our military and senior discounts. Your dream bathroom in as little as 1 day. First 50 callers save $1,500 on a never clear glass treated door. Call now for free premium color upgrades. 800-973-5411. Call BCI Bath and Shower, the leader in bathroom remodeling. Be smart, safe, and stay a step ahead of inflation with our interest-free financing options. Call 800-973-5411. Love your bathroom with free upgrades. Call 800-973-5411. 800-973-5411.
Do you have Medicare and do you use a CPAP machine? This is a national healthcare alert regarding your CPAP supplies. Using a clean CPAP mask and clean supplies is important to staying healthy. The best way to make sure your CPAP equipment is clean is to get new supplies. If you have Medicare, we have great news. Medicare will pay for you to have new clean supplies every 90 days. We'll even do all the paperwork for you to make sure that there's little to no out-of-pocket cost to you. And you don't even have to leave your home. We provide free in-home delivery. So if you're a CPAP user and you have Medicare, staying healthy with new CPAP equipment is easy. Just make this free phone call right now to get started.
Sponsored by Specialty Medical. 800-846-2153. 800-846-2153. 800-846-2153. That's 800-846-2153.
Welcome back. We're talking, we live today in what was better described many years ago by Jefferson Airplane in the White Rabbit song. One pill makes you larger, one pill makes you smaller. The one that mother gives you don't do anything at all. It's very easy when people find themselves in a little bit of a quandary about themselves and whatnot, go to the doctor and you get a pill.
Exactly.
Actually, I believe very strongly that just about anything that bothers you is within you to also heal. Now, in many cases, the olfactory system is a key component because you in your practice use
essential oils
and all of that. Like mint has a tendency to kind of clear the mind.
Absolutely wonderful.
Okay.
Yes.
So, am I the right track that sometimes you rush too quickly to the doctor instead of trying something a little bit more esoteric, more?
I think we've been taught to do that. You know, we've been taught to give our power away to someone external, the doctor, the teacher, whomever, And, when our body is not at ease, it's called dis-ease. Your body is dis-ease. So we have to ask, why is my body not at ease? And speaking from someone that has had dis-ease, and done a lot of introspection and a lot of different, I've tried it all, different type of healing modalities. Your healing is within you, and I'm not ruling out Western medicine 100%. I think everything is valid. It's absolutely there. If you have an emergency, if you get run over, hit by a car, and you go to the emergency and surgery, you know where I'm getting that.
Right.
It's absolutely, it'll save your life.
Yeah.
But then we have so many new chronic diseases nowadays, stuff that was never heard of, 30 years ago even,
Yeah.
and so why are we developing this like unknown illnesses? And you go to the doctor, they really don't know. They just know how to numb it with the pill, like you said. And unfortunately, as far as what I've researched, is doctors do a lot of, they get a lot of training and studying in pharmaceuticals, but not in nutrition.
Right.
And I think that's a huge problem.
Is nutrition part of your education or your training?
Yes.
What
yes.
you deal with?
I have self-taught and self-learned, about the benefits of health through nutrition. But also, what you said initially is that a lot of things are within us, and a lot of our ailments have to do with very deep subconscious traumas and pain that we have endured.
Okay.
And so the body will store your trauma in different organs. For example, the liver stores anger. When we have pain, sometimes it's due to some type of stiffness due to some kind of numbing you did when you were a child, if that would make sense. Heart disease is not always just cholesterol. Sometimes you just have a broken heart that you haven't healed.
Yeah.
And so people need to take that time to really go within and ask themselves, why is this happening? And if you do it enough, you get your answers. From experience and from people that I've worked with, you do get your answers. And again, I'm not ruling out, Western medicine. I'm not ruling out. I think everything has its place.
Right.
But you shouldn't give all your power away to your doctor. You
Right.
can help yourself, by educating yourself. And that's what I'm all about do your research, self-educate, whatever your doctor tells you, read, research, is that true for your body? Is this good for me? Is this pill good for me? A lot of the times in psychology, especially, right now, mental health is a big thing, a big matter, and it's good that it is, that it's being brought up to the forefront and people are more accepting of mental health. But unfortunately, my experience, and again, I'm not a doctor, and so my disclaimer is, yes, see your doctor if you need to see your doctor. But what I'm saying is also take time to introspect and figure out why whatever is happening is happening.
I think what you're trying to describe yourself as is someone that takes the time to show how to open that door to yourself to come out.
Yeah.
And to be able to externalize all the angst that you have, to be able to be honest with yourself and open up. So in your practice, is it a group session or one-on-one?
I don't do group sessions. I do one-on-ones, basically. And when someone comes to me for whatever reason, spiritual coaching, or they just need to speak with someone, the first thing I want to say is, okay, I want to know what they think about life. Is life friendly enough to get me, or do I live in, is life against me, or is life for me? Again, back to the agreements, the opinions, that what you have been fed, what you have been told. What are your thoughts about yourself? Because a lot of people don't know who they really are, and that's where that's where it starts. Know thyself.
Okay. Okay, we got 20 seconds. All right.
Okay, we have 20 seconds.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury? If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify.
800-349-6855. 800-349-6855. 800-349-6855. That's 800-349-6855.
Have you heard about Vine to Bar chocolate? It's the winemaker's chocolate, the world's first chocolate made with well-vined Chardonnay marc from the beautiful coastal vineyards of North America. Gently pressed grapes are harvested after juicing, dried and finely milled and carefully blended into the finest dark chocolate. The Chardonnay marc contains highly beneficial grape nutrients, flavonols, and has a natural sweetness that flavors the luscious dark chocolate. Mouth-watering, flavorful, delectable dark chocolate goodness with Chardonnay sweetness and beneficial nutrients. And it's alcohol-free, too. It's Vine to Bar chocolate. Order some today at vinetobar.com. That's VINETOBAR.com. Cold shipped to your door, it's Vine to Bar. Vine to Bar chocolate. Visit us at vinetobar.com.
All right, time flies when you're having fun. Karina, walk us through the process of your craft. How should people prepare? What they should do? Your suggestions.
So when someone reaches out to me for what we call spiritual coaching, I like to think of myself as a heart healer nowadays, because I think that we're dealing with broken hearts. We all have traumas and pain and have endured a lot throughout our lives. And so that's what I'm really interested in. I'm interested in, what your story is, and let's start peeling through those layers, because unfortunately we're like an onion, and the truth of our being is covered with layer upon layer of so much untruth. So we just really need to start peeling out and unlearning what we have been conditioned to learn. And so it's a process, and what I'd like to start with people that approach me is, once again, start learning about who you are and what is some of that pain that you haven't dealt with, that is sort of stored in your body and you haven't really thought about for a while, or what are you still angry about, and like you said earlier, the forgiveness, it's a key component in your healing. And a lot of people I don't think they really understand what forgiveness is. They think that they forgive, but they really haven't, And forgiveness is really all about freeing yourself more than excusing or condoning the other person. Some people never apologize. Some people don't know that they have to apologize.
Right.
You say you didn't have bad parents, neither did I, but our parents did the best that they could, right? And some behaviors and cycles just get passed on, and so without that awareness, nothing can be changed. So that is my approach. First and foremost, you can't change anything without the awareness. So it's about becoming aware of what the items that you need to release are. So once you start that process, I always recommend, okay, you need to start journaling, you need to start meditating. Meditation is hard for some people, but meditation doesn't have to be perfect. Meditation can be a walk in nature, silence all the noise and just walk with yourself and listen to yourself. Journaling is very effective. Who am I again? Why am I here? What's bothering me? Who or what am I mad at? Who do I need to forgive here? And you'll start seeing, we have long lists. Yeah. It could be something minor. It could be something huge, and then there's also some experiences that we have had that not necessarily have to do with people doing things to us, but more like things happen in life, and so those are traumas that we also have in our bodies, difficult times.
Okay.
And so being aware of those difficult times and really being intentional about, okay, that was then, and releasing that pain, you will start, it's like peeling yourself again, and you start feeling lighter and lighter and better and better. It's amazing.
Well, thank you for being with us, Karina. A little announcement. Karina's website is not up yet, but we are going to be promoting her because she's such a wonderful person.
Thank you.
Through our websites. They'll be coming up within the next day or so. We're going to be putting her oils and her contact information and all that good stuff, because I think this is a lady that is very well worth getting to know and to get in contact with. And Michael, what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure to check out Karina on Orlando's website. Also email her as well. And all that information you can see on the screen if you're watching this on Facebook or on YouTube.
Okay. Oh, so you got...
oh, wonderful.
Yeah, and she'll be back in November when her website is up.
Looking forward to it.
We promise to have her here again.
Yay.
Hey, guys, take it easy. Have a great rest of the weekend. Enjoy yourself. God bless.
God bless.